this is Sarah with Sarah Beth Stickers. I welcome you back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an overview of my budget using my Erin Condren 7x9 academic planner. What you see right here is the monthly view in that planner, and all of the stickers that you'll see in this video come from my shop. My Etsy shop is called Sarah Beth Stickers, and I would love for you to stop by and see if there's something that might help you along in your financial journey. So anyway, today we're going to be taking a look at my week 1 of my weekly check-in. What you see here are a combination of some of the stickers I carry. This is the January 2022 monthly layout in the pattern Cozy. And as you can see here, it has the top washi that already has the days of the week printed on it, starting with Sunday, and 2 strips of bottom washi. And I just love this pattern. I think it's so bright and cheerful, especially in the middle of the winter months when it tends to be kind of cold and dreary. And in combination with that, you can see here, I've got lots of different colors, and those are my purchase trackers. And so this month I'm offering a color way that matches the Cozy pattern. So we've got brown, a really pretty pale blue, mint green, and a blush pink. I hope to offer these purchase trackers in a variety of other colors because I know that, like many of you, I also have many other categories that I'm hoping to track that I will need a different color for. But being that I'm just starting out as an Etsy shop as well as a YouTube channel, I am currently only offering these in the Cozy colorway, but please check back because I hope to offer those in a variety of colors as well. So as you can see, I've got a variety of transactions here that I have listed, all color coded according to receipts that I have taken from myself as well as my husband. And this week was a really crazy one. We just got back from a vacation, little mini vacation, visiting my husband's family who lives about 3.5 hours away from us, and we don't get to see them very often. So tends to be that when we are out of town, we usually spend a little bit more than we probably should, mostly in gas and eating out. As you can see, this giant stack of transactions over here that occurred today, which is the day that I'm filming on the 2nd of January. Basically, what we typically will do is during the week, especially for our grocery budget, I will try to do a Walmart pickup. And the reason I do that is, one, we live in a really small town and really don't have many options as far as shopping for groceries. And 2, Walmart has the pickup option, which helps me to stay on my budget typically. So what I'll do is usually once a week, I'll look at what we have in the pantry and the fridge and try to come up with a meal plan based on what I've already got, and then plug in from there things that are either on sale or things that I know we're running out of. And the nice thing with the Walmart pickup is that you can stay on your budget because you can keep track of the things that you're adding into your cart. So if you've only got $50, you know that you keep your total under $50. The only thing, and I don't know if this is everywhere, but I live in the state of Washington, and there is now an 8-cent charge per bag at our Walmart. So unless you bring in your own bags, which you are welcome to do, they will charge you 8 cents per bag that they use, and that includes doing a Walmart pickup. So that is something that I have to kind of factor into the cost of my groceries. Typically what I will do though is any bags that I get, I obviously try to reuse them as many times as I can. I also have cloth bags that I try to use as well. But what I do is I place the order and my husband picks up the groceries after work, and usually he doesn't have bags in his car, which unfortunately I can't seem to get him to put those in there. So anyway, but this is just an overview of the first week of our expenses. Now in the academic planner, it's set up very similarly to the horizontal layout and the vertical layout as well. You have your month view. I'll show you I just did a plan with me on the week of the 3rd through the 9th in this planner. And as you can see, again, all of these stickers are ones that I offer in my shop. This layout is the academic planner layout for the kit that's called Frosty. And so this is a different colorway than the cozy that we see here. But anyway, this is the overall view of the academic planner. The reason that I chose it, and I said this in the previous video, is that it has lots of different sections that I can utilize for the different events and things that I participate in. I watch a little guy during the week, and I use this section to track, like when I change his diaper, what he eats, what time, so I can let his parents know that. I also have a section for to-dos, anything for me or for my children that I need to catch up on. And then this section I usually save for any events that are coming up. But aside from that, after the main weekly spread, it also offers notebook pages, which you can see here. So in the Erin Condren 7x9 size, at least in the academic planner, they have 5 pages of notebook pages. And as you can see here, I've already got it set up using the stickers that I offer in my shop again for my overall January budget, which I will touch on today in today's video. I also have my weekly check-in, which we will be going over here in just a moment. And as you know, January 2022 has 5 weeks. So I have this already set up for the categories that I'm going to be tracking. And all of these categories are the ones that you see on the monthly view. Let me get back here. So that's, and obviously you see here, there's 5 categories and I have 4 colors. So I will be adjusting that in the coming videos, as I said before, offering different colors for those purchase trackers. But anyway, this is the weekly check-in. I also have a savings log, which I've set up already, as well as a transaction log. The savings log is going to be for, you can use it for long-term savings or you can use it for short-term, however you want to use that. Basically, it just tracks the money that you're putting into and out of your savings account. Now, this is separate from sinking funds, which I'll discuss in another video, but this is just another way to kind of keep track of that all in one place. Transaction log, this is similar to what you would normally do in a checkbook. I know a lot of people don't carry checkbooks anymore. I do. I'm kind of old school that way. And that's what I use to track our bills every month. Because there are, unfortunately, in our little dinky town, some places that do not do electric billing, and so I have to write a check for that. So, but the transaction log basically is you put the date, the amount you spent, what store you went to, and what category you've assigned it to, so you can kind of see an overall view of kind of where your spending habits are. And then on the last of the fifth notebook page is sinking funds, and I have that all set up for this month for January. And what sinking funds are is what I would describe as little baby savings accounts that you have set aside for items that you know are coming up, whether they be larger purchases that you pay every year, such as car insurance premiums. Some companies require you to pay those all at once, taxes. But you could also use sinking funds for things that come up that you know of things you're going to need, but you don't have all the money right away, such as clothing, beauty, something such as, trying to think what else. Like if you know that you're going on a trip, we're planning a vacation coming up in the next couple of months. That's something that I'm going to have a sinking fund for, that I will add a little bit of money every paycheck or every month, however we decide, to that sinking fund. And as you get closer to the date of the time that you need that fund, your payments are getting smaller is the idea. So you don't have that big chunk of money that you have to come up with all at once. But today, in today's video, we're going to go and take a peek at our weekly check-in. So the categories that I'm going to be tracking are our groceries, gas, eating out, unbudgeted, and in this particular week for the unbudgeted, I have lumped together things such as, well, you'll see because we just made this decision to take a trip at the end of March, I obviously wasn't planning on budgeting for that, but there are some fees that are attached to that. So that would be in the unbudgeted category. And then for household, because we typically will get most of our household items either on Amazon or at our local Walmart, that includes anything from shampoo to batteries to toilet paper, anything like that, as well as I have included there's a couple of prescription receipts that were included in that total, as well as medication. So while we were out of town, we visited a Costco local to us, and they were having a sale on their vitamins, and our family really tries to stay healthy, obviously during flu season, cold season, and obviously COVID, to try and stay as healthy as we can, which does actually save you money in the long run. We did spend quite a bit of money on vitamins all at once, but it's enough either for a year supply or several months supply. And according to what I have down here, I just wanted to make a note that So we have several gas trips that I have labeled here, and the reason that I have that is we actually have 3 drivers in my family. I have a 16-year-old daughter and my husband and myself, and so we actually have 3 vehicles right now that we are covering gas for. And as you know, gas prices are kind of outrageous. My daughter does have a job and she is trying to help pay more for her portion of the gas bill, but my husband travels to and from work every day, and he does have to have obviously gas to get to and from work. I, however, work from home and homeschool my 2 older children, so I typically don't get out all that much. But either way, we still have 3 vehicles that not only do we have to have gas for, but we have to maintain, and we have on our car insurance, which I think I showed a little bit of that over here with our January budget. So as far as how to use these stickers and what I plan to do, I was going to show you kind of where all of these came from in case you were interested in doing those for yourself. So these little strips here come from my weekly check-in page, and that comes in the store or in my shop with the title and all 5 weeks of the headers here. And basically you decide what categories you want to track. Those could be anything that you want to maybe kind of rein in a little bit of your spending on. For us, these tend to be categories that are very flexible, and we tend to overspend in. And so being that it's a new year, we're really trying to get a hold of our budget and save money in some of these areas. So knowing exactly how much we're spending and where to and who is doing it will help us keep track of that. So that's the weekly check-in strips right there. As far as these headers go, I think I showed all of these to you. They come from a variety of my sticker sheets, and I'll show those to you now. This is my thick washi in the print Cozy, and this has some really cute little pink mittens, snow globes, cookies, hot chocolate, as well as the same floral that matches on the monthly overview, which you see right here. So if you're a person that likes to have everything matching, I do have strips there. And then I also have a variety of other prints that match and that are coordinated there as well. With my January kits, I tried to pick prints that would obviously show that it's from January, it's winter months, but not everyone gets snow and has all of those things. And I also didn't want it to be too Christmassy. So this definitely speaks to me about January and kind of new beginnings and the beginning of the year and new starts. So to go along with that, I also have some thin washi in a variety of patterns as well as solids. And these also coordinate with any of the Cozy patterned prints that I have in my shop, including the horizontal and vertical kits that you can preview on one of the other videos on my channel, as well as my Instagram under the same name, Sarah Beth Stickers. Now I also offer a vertical weekly kit, and these are the vertical weekly washies. Now I think you can tell here that they're not all the same. So I tried to design my kits so that they could be versatile and be used in a wide variety of layouts. Obviously, I have the academic planner, and I was able to use all three of these different washes for different purposes. So these were specifically designed to fit the top and the bottom in the Erin Condren 7x9 vertical layout, but you can also use it in this layout as well. All I had to do was just trim the top just a hair to get that to fit on there. But anyway, I just wanted to show those to you so that you knew what those would look like in case you were interested. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to go through my monthly view, and we're going to add up my transactions and work out my week 1 checkout here. So the first category that I'm trying to keep track of is groceries. Now for me, I have 2 teenagers. As I said, I have a 16-year-old daughter and a 13-year-old son, and the 13-year-old son definitely eats like a man. So I constantly am having to keep track of snacks and all kinds of things for him. And as soon as I buy something, I seem to it just disappears. And so for our family of 5, I also have my dad that eats with us every night. My mom passed away last January from COVID, and so he lives close to us, and I have him over every night, and he eats dinner with our family. That way he doesn't have to cook, and I can make sure that he's not just eating pot pies for dinner, and try to keep him healthy as well. So that is reflected in the amount that we set for our budget for groceries. My hope right now is to keep it at $150 per week or less. However, I know that there's going to be weeks where we're going to spend a little bit more than that, and maybe even a little less than that if I can help it. But that is the goal, is to get down to $150 a week. And obviously for the month of January, because we have 5 weeks, that would mean that 150 times 5, that means I have $750 to spend on groceries. Now, how I'm going to use this page is I'm going to track it weekly on how much I spent, and then I'm going to tell myself how much I still have remaining to spend, and hopefully I can break that out evenly so that I still have money by the end of the month to pay for groceries and gas and all these other things. But that's the idea and the goal. Obviously, plans change. Plans are just there to guide you, but that's the hope right now. So what I'm looking at here is, again, using the purchase trackers from my shop. I assigned the following colors to the different categories. So for me, the brown was eating out, the blue was for groceries, the green was for gas, and the pink was both for unbudgeted as well as household. And like I said, I hope to have even more individual colors in the coming months, but I wanted to give these a try. And I hope that you guys might give these a try too. I am very new to making stickers. I've been in to planners for many, many years. I have used Traveler's Notebooks. I've used Hobonichi, but Erin Condren was always kind of the one that I always heard people talking about, and I can see why. They're very great quality. They're easy to use, and I love the variety of layouts that she offers for people to adjust to their lifestyle and their needs. So anyway, I would highly encourage you to try these and let me know if it works, if it doesn't, what you would change, because I'm always willing to grow and make adjustments, because just because something works for one person may not work for somebody else. And I want to be helpful not only to our family, but to other families as well. Okay, so I'm enough rambling. Let's go ahead and take a peek here. So as far as groceries, again, that's my first category here. I had $361 on the 28th, and I believe that was just for milk and maybe some bananas and something like that. What I do for our family is I pay for the month's bills. All of my fixed expenses I pay at the end of the previous month. So as of taping this video, all of these bills have already been paid, because what I do is, because my husband gets paid twice a month and I get paid twice a month, but it does not coincide with each other. And in order for me not to constantly be going back and forth with our bank account and trying to set up all these dates and things, for me, I need things simple. I have enough going on in my life where I can't keep track of all of these different things. So what I do is basically save all the money that we earn during the month. And for January, or for February, excuse me, I will probably start paying my bills for February at the end of January. Okay. But for our weekly purchases and to track for our budget, we're going to do weekly spending as well. Because even if you give yourself, say I had that whole $750 set aside for groceries, if you're like me, and probably you are, it's very easy to take that, or see that I have that money in an envelope and just spend, and then I get to the end of the month and I have no money left for groceries. So what I'm trying to do is take little tiny bite sizes of money and be diligent with that, and then work on the next week at a time. And that has been pretty well manageable for me to do that. Plus, if there's any expenses that pop up that I wasn't planning for, which there always is, then I'm still able to kind of work within my budget and not blow it completely for the month, because I still have next week then to restart for the money that I've allotted for that particular category. Okay. So enough about that. Bananas, $3.61. Then and I'm going to go ahead and check that off because I've already added that in. Then we had a purchase for, let's see, plus $6.28 we do have a Safeway here. That was also for last minute, groceries for dinner. My husband, his work is very close to a Safeway. And so I hate going to Safeway. I don't know what it is. I just hate going there. There's always a ton of cars, and I can't ever find the things that I'm looking for. And so I just send him there. I'm happy to go to Walmart because I can get everything all at one place. But for some reason, I just have an aversion to Safeway. So leave me a thing in the comments if you're also the same way about certain grocery stores. I can't get over it. So anyway, total here is $9.89 so far. And then on Friday, we left town to go visit our family. And so on Saturday night, we chipped in some groceries for my brother-in-law. He was gracious and fixed an awesome dinner for us. And so we wanted to add to that some of the supplies he needed. So that gets us up to $40.90. And then on Sunday, that's the big day. You can see I had so many purchases. I had to go up a little bit, but we went to Costco. Now let's have a little side note about Costco. Now, a lot of people, you may not have a Costco in your area. You might have a Sam's Club, same idea. It's a warehouse. However, it's not always the best deal to buy things at these warehouses. Okay. And as someone who is trying to get back on my budget, and someone who has obviously a little bit larger family, I'm trying to make the most out of every dollar that I have. Now, it's so easy to go into Costco and go, oh yes, I need this giant bag of whatever because it's going to last me forever. Oh, no. This teenage son that I talked to you about, he will eat a Costco size bag of chips just as quickly as he'll eat a regular size bag of chips, so be aware of prices, the price per unit. That's what you want to check on. But the things that we do purchase at Costco are like bottled water. My husband and I drink protein shakes, and those tend to be a little bit more expensive. However, they are cheaper at Costco than they are at our local Walmart. So that's why we shop there for that. As well as sometimes produce is really a good price. I have not had very good luck with it lasting very long. And I don't know if this is just me, or if there's other people that have this issue. The prices are great, but it does not last long when I purchase it from Costco. And I don't understand why, because everything else is fabulous. Like their meat is excellent. And all of their frozen foods, those are great too. But I have a really hard time with that. Now, as you can see, we spent $224 at Costco. So that obviously is more than what we had allotted of my $150. But so we spent $265.77 for groceries. So over here at groceries, I'm going to write that $265.77. Now, I don't have any remaining for this week. However, knowing what we talked about at the beginning of the video, that I had $750 that I was allotting for the whole month, I'm going to take $750, subtract $265.77, and that means I have $484.23 left for the month that I'm hoping to stay within. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this number and I'm going to divide it by how many more weeks I have left, which is 4. So divided by 4, that means I have $121. In the notes, I'm going to put this. So I have $121.05 left per week for the rest of the month. Okay. So if anything else happens starting tomorrow, which I will start our new week starting tomorrow, I have $121 to spend until the following Sunday. And that's when my money will start over. Okay. That's the idea. Obviously, I would like to keep that number down. There are several things you can do. What most people do when they try to make their food budget is they say, okay, I'm going to make a menu plan and I'm going to put down all of the things that I want to make for the week. And then sometimes they'll look in the ads or the circulars and say, oh, this is on sale. Great. I'll get that. Oh, this is on sale. Awesome. The thing you need to do is you probably already have food at your house. So look at what you already have and make meals based on that. And then only purchase the stuff that you don't have to supplement what you already have bought. I don't know about you, but I tend to have pantries full of all kinds of like basic things like pasta and beans and rice and noodles and all kinds of things that you can add things to that will keep your grocery budget down, as well as help you to use up what you have so that it doesn't go bad. So that's one way to save. Another way to save is to use coupons. There's lots of coupon videos on YouTube. I watch them. I'm sure you've got your favorites. But the new thing that I've been doing is I've been using Fetch, which is an app that you can put on your phone. And it's so simple. All you do is you buy the things that you normally would buy. All of these transactions I kept my receipts for. And you scan your receipts or take a picture of them and you earn points. And then you turn those points in for gift cards. And it's just another way that you can save and stretch your dollar to benefit you. And then you can use those gift cards then to offset the cost for some of these categories that you might be wanting to save for. I have a referral link listed down in the description below. But anyway, I just wanted to put that in there for you. So we've taken care of groceries. Now let's go to gas. And like I said, we have 3 drivers in my family. For gas, I decided to do green for gas. That just stuck out to me in my head. So we had one for $59.04. And I don't know about y'all, but this is one of our bigger categories just because gas has gone up so much. It's just crazy. Now, because we drove so far, we had to fill up twice. We got gas when we got back into our town, and that was $24.56. And we got gas at Costco because we do have their reward or credit card, and we get percentage back on that. So every time we're in town, we do get gas from Costco. And so we spent $133.37 on gas this week. So $133.37. Now, as far as our budget goes for gas, I'm not sure if you guys have recommendations for this. So we have 3 vans. All are older vans. In our family, we like to pay cash for our vehicles, and we typically use buy used or gently used vehicles, and all of our vehicles have been paid off because thankfully they have been paid off, and we do not have car payments. We did Dave Ramsey many years ago. We actually taught his Financial Peace University, and so we used a lot of his methods back prior to this. But now we are getting to where our vehicles are getting older. We have to pay a little bit more for oil changes, obviously, because they're high mileage vehicles, and we want to take care of them because we want them to last a really long time, because it's great not having a car payment. But for gas, because it's going up, we're really trying to figure out what's a happy medium for how much we spend on gas. I typically can go maybe every 2 weeks and fill up my vehicle. My husband, however, maybe once or twice a week. And then my daughter, because she's 16 and involved in a lot of different things and wants to be with her friends, and you know how it is to be a 16-year-old with a vehicle, drives quite a bit. So we were thinking that it would be $50 a week for gas per vehicle, which would be $150. However, this amount only covers my husband. And obviously we're not going out of town every week, so we're not going to be spending this amount per week. But I just thought a happy medium would be $250. Now that could be totally off base, and we'll figure that out when we get to the end of the month. So obviously we're already up to $133. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and say $300, $100 per vehicle. And we'll figure out the difference as we work through the month. So $300 minus $133.37 is $166 remaining. Now, as I said before, my daughter is paying for most of her gas herself. Sometimes we have to help her out depending on when her payday is from her job. But this should hopefully be enough for my husband's vehicle and my vehicle, being that I really do not drive that far during the week anyway. So if I take this and I divide it by the remaining months or weeks, 4, that gives me $41.65 left per week. So we'll see. I'm already telling you that's not going to be enough, because to fill up my van, it's usually about $60, $65. My husband's van, he could probably get between $50 and $60 fill up. So this is definitely going to, I'm going to put this $300 here and $750, just so I can remember how much I started out. So next month I can change that if I need to. Okay. Now let's go back to eating out. Again, we live in a little dinky town, not a lot of places to eat. However, we do have a McDonald's, and because we have younger kids, they tend to eat there a lot, as well as going out of town. We have some picky eaters, unfortunately. So on Friday, we grabbed some McDonald's on the way out of town because it was easy, and that's just what you do. And then on Saturday night, we got it again. It was late. The kids had been up late waiting for New Year, and they wanted just a little treat on the way home, or way back to the hotel. So that's what we did. So that was $6.77. And then on Sunday, my husband stopped at Starbucks on the way home because he was starting to fall asleep I think I just messed that up. Hang on just a second. 23.38 plus 6.77. Okay. But we had some money already remaining on our Starbucks card as a gift. So we only paid 50 cents. So plus 50. And then we got lunch on our way back home because, again, it's 3.5 hours away. So we didn't want to stop anywhere. We just grabbed something to eat on the way. We do not have an Arby's, and that's one of my husband's favorite places. So we did get that for he and I. And we have a place called Taco Time by us. It's kind of a Tex-Mex place. And my sons really like to eat there. And so we got them that. So that was $54.76 for eating out. Now, this is the category that I would most like to knock down next to groceries, because One, my husband and I are trying to lose weight, and starting off the year, I know lots of people are doing the same thing, and we really want to get healthy. We are in our early 40s, and having a kindergartner takes a lot out of you. And so we really want to get our health under control. And so this category, I would really like to see that go down, because it's just, we need to. So then that leaves the remaining amount. Is we were hoping to do between 100 to 150 for the month. So I'm gonna say 150, and if it's less than that, that would be brilliant. Okay, so we have 150 minus 54.76. That gives us 95.24 left for the month, and if we divide that by 4, that means we have $23.81 per week left for the week. Okay. Now let's move on to, let's see, household and unbudgeted. Well, actually, I'm going to do unbudgeted because I already know which ones those were. So we are part of, or my husband has points from his work for Holiday Inn, and he travels quite a bit as a salesman for his company and often stays at Holiday Inn. And if you don't have their rewards program card, I would highly recommend it. It's really easy to get points. They are always clean, and many of them, especially the Holiday Inn Expresses, have breakfasts that are included in the cost of your room. And so we have really enjoyed staying with them. Shameless plug for them. But anyway, as part of that, we also have a travel program with them. And so these, the $64 was not budgeted. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, we were not planning on taking a vacation until we met with my husband's family this weekend, and we decided we're going to try and go to Arizona later in the spring. And this was the cost for the reservation for the place that we're staying. So that was $64. And then the $100, because we were staying in a hotel this weekend, this, I believe, will be refunded to us. This was just to cover our incidentals, as they often do in hotels, just to hold the reservation. And if you broke something, they would take it out of that. But I believe that will be coming out, but we had to pay that up front. So we have $164 that was unbudgeted. And I'm going to write that here. I'm actually going to put nothing for the remaining, and I'm going to put nothing for notes, because this was unbudgeted and yet it was still an expense, but I want to keep track of it there. Now for household, starting over here, we had a prescription for $4, and that was picked up by my husband. And then, as I mentioned earlier too, we did purchase vitamins at Costco. So that was $115.40, but that should cover us for several months, and some of those even for the year. Okay, and then we also purchased our TurboTax, obviously for tax season coming up. We usually get it from Costco, and it's a pretty good price. It was $29.99 for the program. And in addition to that, I have very, very, very sensitive skin, very dry skin, very mature skin. And I have had eczema and psoriasis my entire life. I have tried almost every cream and ointment and pill and medication known, and it's never going away. Obviously, it's something that I struggle with, and I am sure you can see it on my hands here. My daughter, unfortunately, also inherited that from me, and so we had to make a purchase of some specialty beauty products, not beauty products, but kind of thing. And so that is what that price is there. So $114.48. So that brings that up to $263.87. Now for household, we generally don't have that high of an expenditure, but obviously these were things that we needed and they came all at once, which again is one reason why you would try to use a sinking fund for this type of thing. Because it's the beginning of the year, all of our accounts, we just kind of started over. And so we're going to leave it as that. For household, for the month, I would like to keep it at $50 per week, which even that is let's see, how much would that be? 50 times 5, that's $250. And we've already gone over that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say $50 times 4 to stay on budget for these. That's $200. And we will add another $100 for this. So plus 100, and that gives us obviously $300. So I'm going to actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say, let me get my calculator. This is the worst calculator, y'all. I don't know. I cannot find any of them. I'm sure you can see that it's scratched. This is life with a 5-year-old and things that turn into phones and toys and get hidden everywhere. So I'm just going to say that we have 200 remaining. And let's see, 200 divided by 4. That again leaves me $50 a week. I really do not think we're going to even come close to even needing anything else for that, because this stuff should last us a while without any issues. So this is a breakdown of our household. I'm going to put 50 here because that tells me $50 a week. And so that is all of our spending for the first week of January. I hope to do this every week with you. And I would encourage you to do this as well. If you're a visual person, this really will help you see, okay, what are the holes in your budget? You know, when you put everything down on paper, it's really easy to go, oh yeah, everything matches up. But then you forget, oh yeah, I went to McDonald's, I forgot that receipt. Or your spouse or your partner goes somewhere and doesn't tell you the transaction, and then it just gets mixed up in your bills and you're not tracking where you're spending. This tells me the weekends are kind of dangerous territory for us, because they tend to be, we're overspending here. So that might be the case for you as well, is looking at it as an overview here to know where the holes are that you need to patch up. Okay. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful to you. I know that it really ran long, and I hope to make these a lot shorter in the future, but I just wanted to kind of explain the system that I'm using here in case it might be helpful to you. And again, you can check out all of these stickers at Sarah Beth Stickers on Etsy, as well as keep track of me on Instagram under the same name, Sarah Beth Stickers. I try to post there at least every day, every other day, to let you know any new releases that are coming to the shop. Anything that you purchase definitely helps to support my family and help us on our financial journey, as well as I hope the stickers will help you bring a little brightness to your planner, as well as help you on your financial journey as well. So we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.